Today's video, I'm going to be talking very quickly, very briefly about making money online. And it's a subject that's very emotive. It's sort of shrouded in mystery, but people are beginning to see through the myths and the smoke and mirrors that traditionally has accompanied it. And I've got friends who work online, millionaires who work online, who resent the smoke and mirrors people, the sellers, purveyors of hot air and bollocks, as they say. And I really get it, because there is so much myth and mystery. And today I just want to touch very briefly on what's involved, how you can get started, why you would want to get started. And then it's up to you to decide whether you want to learn more or not. For those of you that know me, you know that I produce new videos every Wednesday and every Saturday. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, it's just down there. Ring the notification bell. And maybe give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you don't like it or you disagree. And by all means, bring your comments, bring your questions, put them in underneath, because you may be the one person that's brave enough to ask the question that everybody else is thinking of. So your asking that question will benefit everybody. Let's enjoy the video. So, online business, what's it about? How does it work? What's the big deal? I started looking for an alternative way of earning a living. Well, let's go back to the depths of time, back in 1990, when I first went bankrupt after earning a lot of money shop fitting, and then not being able to travel anymore, the advent of children, and wanting to stay at home and be a family man. And you know, shop fitting was a very good way of earning a living, but it wasn't a very good way of running a life. And there was the dichotomy of big money but not being at home to enjoy it. And there's a term in shop fitting, there's always somebody at home who'll cut your grass. And for those of you that have got a smutty mind, you know what's going on there. And those of you that haven't, don't worry about it, it's cool. But it's got very little to do with lawns. The need, therefore, to replace a good income from a business opportunity where you had no capital or very little started me down a road of looking for, they're called now side hustles. I would describe them more as looking for alternatives. And in those days, multi-level marketing, MLM, people call it pyramid schemes, whatever, was a very real opportunity. It's like a franchise opportunity with a very, very low startup cost. And we were moderately successful. We got involved with the Amway business opportunity, which globally is responsible for producing more millionaires than any other business opportunity. And people always said to me, oh, how can you trust, you know, this Amway lot that sells soap? And I really understood that. But then when you look at the top line mainstream companies that were putting their products through the business, people like Ford, Motorola, Sony, Pierre Cardin, big names. I mean, the only two places in the world where you could buy a brand new Ford at that time was from a Ford dealership or an Amway distributor. So what is it that Ford knew that I didn't? You know, so that kind of put my mind at rest. It was different, so it was always going to be sort of put in the corner, and it seemed to promise easy money for very little effort. And if anybody portrayed that business in that light and misled you, then I apologise on their behalf, because they shouldn't. Any business is going to take work, be it online, be it face-to-face, be it multi-level marketing, whatever it is. Good opportunities always arrive dressed in work clothes. And we overlook the work clothes, we overlook the work needed. You know, somebody once said to me, if you want to earn $1 million, you're going to have to do a shitload of work, because you don't get nothing for nothing. Now, working online enables you to leverage time, enables you to multi-purpose your effort, and so it becomes easier to scale. But you have to learn skills, you have to learn, you have to do the work. Do a lot of work on you, all right? And there are multitudes, there's as many ways of making money online as there are people, because you can sell your story to make your living. And I'm sitting in a lorry park at the moment, and I'm looking round, and there's no two trucks the same. There's no two trucks with the same load. There's flatbeds, there's curtain siders, there's bulkers, there's fridge units, there's boxes, all with different stuff on. Now, they're all truck drivers, but they all have individual skills. They have the basic skills, then they have their own set of skills needed to do whatever they do. And it's pretty much the same with an online business. There's core skills, and then there's specialist skills. And whatever area you choose, you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to do some work. I think the beauty of online is that you don't have to be there all the time doing it, so you can separate time from money. And I think it was a guy called Jason Drone once said, how do you become a millionaire working online? You learn how to make $1, and then you do it 1,000,000 times. And there's a lot of truth in that. A lot of truth in that. And I think, rather than me going into any more depth right now, if you look in the description below this video, there's a clickable link to 10K webinar. And that's a free webinar. You can go and register. And a guy that I've been working with since 2012, a business partner of mine, will explain all the various options and the best ways to get started, and realistically a comparatively cheap way of setting up a business in this modern era. So if you go down below, click the link that says 10K webinar, register for that webinar. Then when you've watched that, give yourself time, keep an open mind, just have a look. I think you'll be surprised. I'm glad I did it all those years ago, but don't think that just because it's online, you're going to press a button, record a little video, print an ad, do whatever, do it small, that you're going to become a millionaire overnight. You won't. You're going to have to roll your sleeves up, learn some skills, do some work. My name's Steve Greenhalgh, stuckinatruck.com, home of business without the bullshit. I'll tell you where the rubber hits the road. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.